Welcome to the Brown Carpet Podcast, where each episode we take a weird real news story and together we twist it into an even weirder film.
We do it live, and we stream it on Facebook so the people at home can join in and make suggestions for the film's title, tagline, casting, soundtrack and story.
And at the end, we make a movie poster for the B-grade masterpiece, We Cook Up.
You can see all the movie posters we've made in the Brown Lit section of our website,
www.thebrowncarpetpod.com.
We also got a sweet-ass merch page on there, so you can pick up a t-shirt, phone case, or throw pillow emblazoned with the BCP logo.
You can find us on iTunes, Stitcher or Spotify, and if you're listening to this, you could be watching all the episodes on our YouTube channel.
Just search for the Brown Carpet Podcast, and you can see Corey's pretty little beady face.
Ah. If you've got a suggestion of a weird, funny headline you'd like us to turn into champagne cinema, hit us up on Twitter, Instagram, or email us at thebrowncarpetpod@gmail.com.
And now, let's get to the show.
Yeah.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
He jumped over 3 linebackers in midair, sprouted endless like a gazelle.
No one laughs at a master of quack fool.
Real nice.
Many have died from starvation due to the difficulty of finding enough food, such as seals.
Shut up. No more Mr. Nice Duck. That's it. Right, Mr. Sitz?
What do you make of that? You know, it's the most fantastic story I've ever heard.
The Brown Carpet Podcast.
Welcome to episode 42 of the Brown Carpet Podcast. My name's Corey Farrell, and I'm going to dial into my cohort, my partner in crime, Joshua Groom, who is currently in Utah, I think Zion Park to be exact, and he recently asked me to buy him some Mormon magic undies online. I don't know why. I guess he's in Utah. He might be joining the Mormon church, but we'll find out more. Let me just dial in Josh right now. Josh, can you hear me?
Corey, you there?
Yes, I'm here, Josh.
Ah, it's good to hear your voice, man.
Oh, it's great to hear yours. Is there any truth to this dirty Mormon rumor, or...
What are you talking about?
Well, isn't Utah the home of Mormons?
There's a few of them about. Are you talking about the undies?
Yeah. Did you get that care package I sent you?
They are strapped on as we speak. I'm sitting in the middle of Zion National Park. I'm surrounded by deer and elk and black bear wearing nothing but a set of magical Mormon underpants. It's refreshing, mate.
For the listeners at home, if you don't know, deer, elk and black bear are all gay code words. So Josh is at a gay bar right now.
I've never felt so alive. It's been good, dude. I'm actually getting a lot of flashbacks from the last time you and me drove through the United States.
Oh, dear.
We recently visited the Grand Canyon. Do you remember how excited you were to see the Grand Canyon?
I did. I remember pushing you quite against your will even to get out of bed to watch the sunrise.
You sick fuck. You sick fuck. I dragged Corey's stinking, hungover, cranky ass all the way to the edge of the Grand Canyon at 6 a.m. and he was even underwhelmed at that point.
I'm still embarrassed about this, and I remember on the way there we were driving and we were within.
Mate, we're within spitting distance.
Josh goes, "Hey, do you want to check the Grand Canyon out? It seems like a thing that people do." And I responded to Josh,
"Nah, just a big hole in the dirt."
It's just a big fucking hole in the ground, right? I did eat my words when Josh forced me out of the van, and I was taken by the beauty of it. It was pretty impressive.
The thing I want to know, mate, who hurt you? Who hurt you? Where is your childlike wonder?
Oh, where do I
start?
start?
Where is your sense of awe and majesty?
Where do I start, Josh? Look, distant father. I don't know. It's pretty deep.
So I guess that brings me to the first segment of the show. It's time for the top 3.
It's the top 3. The motherfucking top 3.
It's the top 3.
Ooh, that sounds really good. What have you done there, Josh?
Mate, I spent big bucks. No expense was spared. That is $17 worth of audio production you were just treated to.
Wow.
I've been driving through the state of Arizona for the last few days, and it got me thinking about all-time classic film, Raising Arizona. And in honor of that great, great film, I'm going to ask you, Corey, I know you've had no prep for this. I'm just going to throw it at you raw dog.
Yep.
What are your top 3 favourite films featuring the work of Nicolas Cage?
Oh, well, Raising Arizona is right there up the top.
Well, let's just say for now, Raising Arizona is off the board.
Okay. I mean, Con Air would have to be probably number 1.
That's a great choice.
Such a great film.
Such great hair.
Dear Casey. There's so many things about that film to really love, but I just love how he got jail time, serious jail time from defending his wife from being raped. Found that really
amazing.
funny. And he arrived on a boat. for some reason to whatever town they were in.
Strong Malkovich in that too. Very strong Malkovich.
Oh, very strong Malkovich, yeah. Number 2 might be The Wicker Man.
Not the bees.
The bees. Where he's sacrificed. Love it. And number 3, I would have to say, purely because it's so ridiculous, and I remember watching this film with you on a weekend away in the wilderness, Drive Angry.
Oh, magical.
And it was actually, for one beautiful moment in Celluloid, Nicolas Cage became Chad Kroeger from Nickelback.
He did. It was Nickelback Cage.
He was Nickelback Cage.
That's an excellent film. I don't know if that's an excellent film, but that was an excellent experience.
Yeah, ordinary film, excellent experience, and that's why it's in the top 3.
It would be very hard to get the exact dosage correct again, but goddamn, it was a perfect experience at the time.
It really was. Let's be honest though, we could do a top 30 Nicolas Cage films, right?
Very easily. The dude, the other thing I love about him is even though he's always, in every single film he's ever been in, he's always just Nicolas Cage, with like a wig on or like a mustache.
Yeah.
Like he just makes little minor adjustments. Like that dude can grow a mustache. Like I reckon he's the kind of guy who would go into the bathroom clean shaven, take a hard poo and walk out with like a thick mustache. Like just a little bit of pushing and he'd pump one out. Like he's able to grow facial hair like no one's business.
What do you say we cut the chit-chat? A-hole!
So, Joshua, it's about that time to jump into what news headline we're going to turn into Champagne Cinema.
Mate, it's a pretty good one this week. The headline reads, "Boy turns psychotic, saying he's the son of the devil after cat scratch infection."
Jesus.
Yes, there's a lot of layers. We're going to have to do a lot of digging. Let me read the story for you. A teenage boy misdiagnosed as schizophrenic has been found to be suffering from a cat scratch skin infection that triggered psychotic episodes. The boy, who lives in the US, underwent multiple evaluations for sudden onset psychotic behaviour, including hallucinations, delusions, suicidal and homicidal thoughts.
Jesus.
I know. It began after October 2015, when he began feeling overwhelmed, confused, depressed and agitated. So basically Corey before he's had a coffee. The boy was achieving excellent course grades, socially active and the lead actor in a school play, but suddenly he couldn't go to school. He'd become dysfunctional and had unpredictable rage outbursts. He also believed he had special powers and the family cat wanted to kill him. He said that he was an evil, damned son of the devil and wanted to kill himself because he was afraid of these new onset homicidal thoughts towards those he cared about. By December 2015, he refused to leave the house and his mum had to quit her job to look after him full time. The family had 2 adopted cats who were strays. One of them had an open wound on its back. The boy had been exposed to cat bites and scratches. A doctor in January 2017 considered the teen might have neurobotulinosis, an altered mental status caused by bacterial infection.
Why did you say that in an Italian accent?
That's how it's pronounced, mate. That's the scientific way of pronouncing it.
Neurobotulinosis.
Neurobotulinosis. It was also determined that the bacteria Bartonella, hence fucking... There's too many big words in this story, mate. I'm going to push through. The bacteria is also associated with cat scratch disease. He was eventually treated with antimicrobial chemotherapy to treat his bacterial infections and is said to be doing well academically and socially. The family have spent more than $500,000 on medical treatments.
Wow. Moral of the story, don't get sick in America.
$500,000 because your cat scratched you, that's brutal.
I remember used to getting the shits when my cat got into a fight and had to go pop its sore at the vet. Cost a couple $100. I remember whinging about that. Speaking of cats, are you missing your 2 cats at the moment, Josh?
Desperately, mate. Every day I'm thinking about Noodle and Frisbee and wanting to cuddle their fuzzy little fucking heads. I'm missing them quite a lot.
If you didn't know this about Josh, listeners, Josh is a crazy cat lady and has at least has somewhere upward of 15 cats now.
How dare you? There's only 17.
No, they're gorgeous cats. Let's dive into this story because this is a doozy.
It is a doozy. First question: whose story? Do we tell it from the perspective of the boy, the mum, the cat, the doctor? I don't know. There's a few people in the mix.
I think it'd probably be kind of obvious to go to the boy. Let's I think it might be the mum story. I don't know about the cat. I don't really want to get in. You don't want to delve into the mind of a cat. You know, that's a battle you're going to lose.
See, mate, that's where you and I are very different. I want to dig deep into the cat. I want to know why the cat scratch created this demonic possession. So I've been thinking about this for the past couple of days. I got a lot of time while I'm sitting there in the motorhome, driving through the open plains of Utah. And I had a few ideas about the potential seeds of evil within the cat itself.
Right. So you want to start with the cat.
The cat is the cause of the evil. So we've got to find where that evil stems from.
Let's go back. Let's go way back.
Picture this. It's 1969. We're deep in the Ugandan jungle.
I'm there.
Are you with me?
I'm there.
Deep in the bowels of a hidden cave hideout, Devil's Son, the chief warlord of an ultra-violent tribe, sits atop a throne of human skulls, smoking a cigar.
African warlord vibe straight up. Okay.
Full-on tribal tats, really distinctive. Human skulls, like this man is the epitome of death.
He's like a more tribal badass version of Idi Amin.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's who he is. In the cavern with him, his lead generals and voodoo men are gathered about on the stone floor. Their heads are bowed in deference, waiting for the final orders.
Yep.
Devil's Son spits into the dirt, and then he speaks in a low grumble, barely audible.
That's his name, Devil's Son?
Devil's Son.
It sounds Japanese.
As in son of the devil. And he addresses them. First, we attack the church. We do not strike early. We want maximum bloodshed. Once the doors have closed and the sermon has begun, then, and only then, we unleash hell. From there, we take the Sunday school. Leave no soul alive. Bring me only the beautiful women and the fresh hearts of the children.
I love how your accent just then went from Jon Snow to Russian mobster. It was anything but African, but it was you had me on the edge of my seat. That's all we need.
Mate, that was pitch perfect Ugandan. You've probably never been there, but that's exactly how they sound.
Oh, okay, cool. I'll take your word for it. What happens next?
Suddenly, an animal roar echoes through the cave. The filthy group spins to face the source of the sound. Devil's Son's eyes widen. The cigar drops from his lips. Silhouette in the mouth of the cave are two adult female lions. They've been drawn by the stench of rotting human flesh emanating from the cave. They sniff the air while great tendrils of saliva drool from their lips. Without further hesitation, the lions leap forward and begin ripping the militiamen apart. The savagery is real. Limbs are torn from sockets, intestines are ripped asunder, and jugulars are gouged from their throats, mid-scream.
Ooh.
Within seconds, the floor is thick with blood and almost everyone in the room is dead or mortally wounded. A gunshot rings out and one of the lions' heads explodes. Devil's Son racks the double-barreled shotgun and swivels to aim at the surviving lion who turns to face him. The two lock eyes, two kings of the jungle, each a killing machine. Devil's Son blinks. The lion moves fast, and by the time the shotgun trigger is pulled, the buckshot tears a wound in the creature's back. A flesh wound that doesn't even slow the huge cat. He pounces and takes the warlord's face in his jaws and rips the head clean from its body. The lion lands and crushes the skull in one powerful bite.
Ooh.
The sound of low mumbling can be heard. The lion looks over. Lying in the dirt, bleeding to death, a voodoo man is mumbling a dark incantation whilst reaching a trembling hand towards the beast. With his final breath, he curses the lion and collapses into a puddle of his own blood. There is a rushing sound in the cave, and a hot wind flies towards the lion, bringing a swirling whirlwind of red dust. When the dust passes, the lion is gone.
Ooh, what a great setup.
We're out of the Ugandan jungle now, 50 years later. Arizona, 2019. We float down on an urban alleyway behind Dunkin' Donuts. Suddenly, we hear that same rush of wind. The trash flies about in circles and a swirling red dust whirlwind appears. It passes quick and leaves behind it a scrawny, stray cat with a ragged wound on its back. The back door of the Dunkin' Donuts opens and a single mum steps out in a uniform for a 15-minute vape break. She sits down and drags deep on her vape pen. The little stray cat runs over to her and headbutts her leg affectionately, purring like a lawnmower. She scoops a tiny feral cat into her arms and carries it inside. The door slams shut behind her.
So now we've got this young single mother.
Yeah, young. I'm thinking white trash, a little bit white trashy.
Yeah.
But she's now found this stray cat. I don't know. Maybe she's a little bit too old to be still working at Dunkin' Donuts, but she's doing her best. Maybe she's an older mum, and now she's got a cheap Christmas present or a cheap birthday present for her kid.
That's right. So she takes this stray cat, takes it home, and with the intention of giving it to her son as a gift. Mm-hmm. She's a bleeding heart. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What does this white trash mum name the kitten?
Oh, this is a good one. Dio.
Dio? Okay.
It's love at first sight with her son. They love each other. They're inseparable. This cat and kid are inseparable. Do everything together.
Yep.
She can barely pry the cat away from the kid long enough to feed it. You know what I mean? And then one morning she notices that the cat and the boy are like avoiding each other. Like the cat won't come near the boy anymore. And the boy seems distant.
Oh, okay.
The cat is now scared of the boy.
Who do you picture as the mum, by the way? Who would you cast as the mum?
It's a good question.
White trash with a heart of gold.
Mira Sorvino sounds good.
Oh, yeah? Romeo and Michelle?
Yeah. She's sort of like, well, what's going on here? You guys were, she's trying to work out what's going down. And she notices that the boy has scratches all over his body. The cat's been sleeping with the boy every night. It's been the cat. They've been MJing every night. You know what I mean?
It's a kid fucking the cat.
No. There's nothing sexual going on, but the cat is scratching.
They've been roughhousing.
And that's when stuff starts to take a turn for the worse. This is where it gets weird. The boy starts exhibiting unusual behaviour. Maybe they've got some other pets. They're rednecks, so they've probably got 12 other pets. So he's herding other pets. He's drawing these weird designs, and she can't make sense of them because she's not really au fait with African history or culture.
Oh, I see where you're going. Like the tribal tattoos. He's starting to draw the ink of the ink of the original dude. Is that what you're doing? Yes,
that's what I'm doing. Let me paint a picture. This living situation, she's kind of like, she's not promiscuous. She's not a bad mum, but she just has bad taste in men. Currently seeing a redneck boyfriend who's shit to the boy, but she keeps him around because he's got a half decent job, enough to it's kind of a relationship of convenience.
Anyone that shows her a little bit of affection, she's as loyal as the day is long. So she's fallen for this guy at a young age, and she won't be told anything different.
He's literally a truck driver. She's a religious person. She's sends her kid to Sunday school, but one day she gets a phone call. She's on shift at Dunkin' Donuts. The Sunday school teacher is calling in hysterics, saying you need to come get your son right now. Like this is serious. And she gets there and she finds out that her son has tried to stab one of the kids at Sunday school.
So shit is starting to escalate.
The son also burned his hands on the rosemary beads. He was given rosemary beads and his hands burnt.
Jesus, definite Damien vibes. What about as this escalation continues? Like I like that idea of him starting to take it out on anything he perceives as weaker than him. So maybe he kills like a hamster at home. Like they find like a dead hamster in his bed.
Yeah.
At school, he's like before the stabbing attempt, like he started to bash kids. Maybe he's talking in tongues even.
Oh yeah,
like this sort of
I like that
strange warbling sounds.
He's speaking in a language that they don't understand, and I'm guessing that it's some sort of ancient African dialect. Okay, so then I think that they take the kid home. They like lock him in his room. They don't know what to do with this kid. He's like screaming, bashing at the door, like scratching at the door. Like, what do we fucking do with this kid?
Scratching himself. Maybe he's self-harming a bit now.
Self-harming. He's actually like giving himself weird tattoos. Like he's a cutter, but he's doing these weird messages on his arms.
Yeah.
They don't understand.
He's starting to recreate the original tribal tat.
He is.
Yep.
Okay, so then they go to sleep that night. They gave him some like Phenergan or some sort of sleeping tablet to just knock him out. They're like, fuck, we just need to get this kid asleep.
Mate. No, this is a redneck household. They gave him a couple of shots of tequila and just put him in his room.
With whatever dregs are left in the bottles around the house. So he's sound asleep. So they all go to bed. They finally get some sleep. In the middle of the night, like I'm talking 3 a.m., the mum just wakes up out of her sleep like she's wide awake. And the boy is standing at the foot of the bed, eyes glazed over. She's like, Donnie? What are you doing, Donnie? I don't know, I just called him Donnie. I don't know if that's his name.
He can be called Donnie. That's fine.
And like you said, he's speaking in this weird language that they don't understand again. And he keeps saying, devil's son, devil. He's like talking in like a guttural, demonic accent.
This dead Ugandan tongue.
All they can take from it is devil's son, devil's son. And then old mate Redneck wakes up. I'm thinking like a Dax Shepard type cat.
Yes.
And just weirdly freaked out, but just his first reaction is to like punch the kid or, hurt the kid. And he goes to attack the kid, and like some sort of supernatural force field holds him away from him, and then also starts ripping at his clothes until he starts clawing through his clothes. There's invisible demonic claws that just start tearing him apart from around the gut and just disemboweling him right there in the room.
Kind of like that. The first kill in Nightmare on Elm Street, where the girl gets flung up against the roof and all those slashes start appearing in her body?
Yep, let's make it like that. It's he's up on the roof, like stuck to the roof.
Yeah, and instead of like straight razor cuts, these are big like lion claw gouges coming out of his flesh.
And then his entrails fall all over the mum.
Yeah. So she ends up wearing his insides.
She's covered in his intestine. So obviously she's freaked out by that. I don't know where we go from there.
It would be a bit. You'd be a bit. Well, I mean, obviously, like, no one's going to believe that story. So she's going to be taken away. He's going to be taken away. They're probably both going to be put in some sort of institute. There'll be tests run, psychological tests, blood tests.
Yeah. What about that's what happens? Maybe that the kid's like acting really normal now and says, "Mummy hurt the man." So he's putting it on the mum.
Insidious. Yeah, I like it. She's immediately brought under suspicion.
Yep.
The kid's been acting weird. Like, he's got some bad things. So I don't reckon they're going to 100% let him off either. So maybe they both get locked down while they're undergoing this battery of tests, the whole psychological, mental, and the blood tests.
Yeah.
Someone runs a DNA test on the kid, and they get this really strange abnormality. He comes up with like a 35% Ugandan blood, like running through his veins.
It's literally taken over his DNA, this thing.
Like, it's in his bloodstream, like a strong Ugandan.
And this is out of place for this kid, because this kid is a ginger, freckly ginger kid.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, he's as white as they could be. Like, he's almost translucent. You can see his heart beating in his chest.
He's basically Ed Sheeran, this kid, right?
Yes, this is a young Ed Sheeran. And so it's such a weird anomaly that they upload it to, the database, to the online database, to try and work out how this has happened, how this ginger kid has such strong Ugandan blood running through his veins. I'm thinking we could use that as a potential hook, because I'd like to bring it back around to the ancestry thing, like the original devil son dude.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe there's some sort of rampage. The kid manages to lull everyone into a sense of security. He's not locked down for the night or whatever, and he begins a murderous rampage that is only interrupted when, over in Uganda, the direct descendant, let's say the grandson of that voodoo man who placed the curse on the lion, he's been watching the web, for this strain to rear its head one more time. It pops up. It's like a Google alert on his phone or whatever.
Okay, so how about this too, just while we're in the moment and we're thinking about the lineage and the history of it. Let's say the original warlord is Terry Crews, and this descendant is like a Donald Glover type.
No, this would be the descendant of the voodoo man, whoever placed the voodoo curse on him.
Oh, okay.
All right, so the descendant of the voodoo man is Danny Glover.
Donald Glover, yep.
Oh, Donald Glover. Okay, even better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Donald Glover.
Yeah.
I thought Danny Glover's a bit old for it. But okay, so we got Childish Gambino. Maybe he's a scientist working in Uganda, but he's been keeping a very close eye on the internet for this particular strain of blood to rear its head one more time. And when this DNA sample comes online, he knows that the evil has come to life again, and he must get to the US.
He's got a Google Chrome extension that searches for keywords in news reports.
Exactly.
He's on it.
So he gets the alert on his phone. He's immediately on the first plane out of Uganda.
Yeah.
And lands at this kid's place in the hometown, and immediately hits the psychiatric ward where the kid and the mum are being held.
Yeah.
In the meantime, all hell's broken loose at the psychiatric ward. The kid, he's just going from room to room killing. He's on a spree.
He's on a rampage.
He's carrying out that original mission that Devil Son was telling his followers to do. Like, he's cutting the hearts from each one of his victims. He's got a bag full of hearts.
Oh my God.
Harvesting.
Yeah, that's great.
Just before the kid reaches the room where his mum is being held, Donald Glover intercepts.
Does he have the ability of the tribal ability that something like a Catholic priest would have with exorcism or something? Does he possess the knowledge passed down to reverse the curse?
He's now starts chanting this reverse curse incantation at this boy.
Yeah.
Is he successful?
Is it a happy ending, or do we want to keep this grim?
Well, we've been pretty grim recently. I actually like the idea of it finishing with Donald Glover taking the mum back to Uganda for a better life.
Oh, that's great. So he saves the mum. So, okay, yeah. So Donald Glover reverses the curse with the kid. They kind of have an instant connection with the mum, like aside from the fact that he saved her life. He offers to take care of her.
And he's a smart guy. He's making good money. he's a genuinely good person as opposed to a dead shit, disemboweled ex-boyfriend.
And then she's working in Dunkin' Donuts in Uganda.
Yeah, and the boy, even though he now has kind of etched tribal tattoos into his face and they've scarred over and stuff, maybe he's learning the ways of science, because he was always a scientific kid to begin with. Remember, he was into...
Yeah, he was nerdy.
Doing well in the academia. So maybe, following in the footsteps of Donald Glover, his new dad, he's learning to be a young scientist.
And then maybe we do the thing where we have that the false start happy ending, and then we do go bad.
Okay.
And then
I knew you'd do that.
They have another baby. They have a baby together, a new child.
Okay, a small milky chocolate baby.
Yeah, when the baby comes out and the doctor's got it upside down by the legs, slapping its bum, whatever they do. We see a birthmark. And it's a slow push in on the baby's butt. There's this birthmark.
Or, instead of the birthmark, he slaps the baby on the butt and it opens its eyes, and instead of normal eyes, the eyes are the eyes of cats.
Oh my God, yes! Yes!
It's got cat eyes.
Yes.
And we just cut to black.
Cut to black, yes. That's great.
You get both. You get a happy ending and you get a fucked up dark ending.
Everyone wins.
Except for all the people that died in the hospital massacre and the boyfriend who died.
Yeah.
And all the people that the new kid's going to kill.
Yeah, except all the collateral damage. Everyone walked away scot-free.
Things turned out great.
All right, so do we have some possible titles for this bad boy, Josh?
Okay, well, the obvious one I thought was Pussy Monster.
Yep.
Yeah, playing the Pussy Monster thing.
Yeah, not bad.
Instead of Jaws, could be Paws.
Yep, okay, yeah, not bad.
Okay, I feel like you're not loving these so far.
Not so far.
Okay, how about Possession?
Possession, yeah, okay, yeah. I'm warming up.
Or Apocalypse Meow.
Oh, that's a winner. I love that one. That's great. I had Voodoo Pussy and Catastrophic.
Catastrophic.
Yeah, I like Apocalypse Meow.
Okay.
Taglines, I had Hell hath no fury like a cursed pussy.
That's good.
Yeah.
I think we just had a cameo of Walt there.
Yeah, did you hear that?
I did hear that. That was good. I don't think Walt likes your idea, mate.
I know. What else you got?
I got This Story Isn't for Pussies. I've also got a feline, There Will Be Blood.
Not bad.
And my last one was One Boy with a Serious Pussy Problem.
Ooh, that's good. One boy with a serious pussy problem. That's my favourite.
You like that? All right, shall we go Apocalypse Meow?
One boy with a serious pussy problem.
Nice.
Great. And then to go back on the casting, we had Devil's Son, Tribal Warlord was Terry Crews. Donald Glover as the descendant.
Of the Voodoo Man, yes.
Voodoo
Donald
Man.
Glover. Mia Sorvino as the mum.
Yep. We didn't. Who did we cast? We never cast the kid, did we?
I actually had an idea for the kid. You've seen A Quiet Place? The young boy in A Quiet Place, Noah Jupe, I believe is his name.
Oh, okay.
One more. We need to cast the original Voodoo Man.
Oh, right. Yes.
I was thinking someone a little bit more scrawny and a little bit more freakish looking for the Voodoo Man, like Barkhad Abdi is the pirate from Captain Phillips. He's got a real freaky, kind of gaunt look to him.
Okay.
You got any ideas for like a soundtrack? Voodoo
People by The Prodigy.
Nice. Yes, definitely. Tommy the Cat by Primus.
Great. That's a great choice. Tom Jones, what's New Pussycat?
Yes, of course. My Neck, My Back by Kia.
My neck, his neck, my back, his back, lick my pussy and my crack, his crack. First you gotta put your neck into it. Don't stop, just do it, do it. Then you roll your tongue from the crack.
Cool. We've got a film. That's done and dusted.
Mate, that's a strong film. Give us the title and the tagline again.
Apocalypse Meow.
One boy with a serious pussy problem.
Bang.
Boom.
Let's get some Hollywood cash and make this bad boy.
Start a franchise.
All right, man. That's great. Good work.
Yep. No, we've dug deep and we've found gold. Good stuff.
Until next time, folks. Don't forget to flush.
See you later, cunts.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
He jumped over 3 linebackers in midair, sprouted inwards like a gazelle.
No one laughs at a master of quack fool.
Real nice.
Many have died from starvation due to the difficulty of finding enough food, such as seals.
Shut up. No more Mr. Nice Duck. That's it. Right, Mr. Sitz?
What do you make of that? You know, it's the most fantastic story I've ever heard.
The Brown Carpet Podcast.
This connection will be the fucking death of me.
I know, hang on. I've got to power on and power off again, hang on.
Oh god, here we go with the Bluetooth.
Josh.
What the fuck happens there?
Josh, can you hear me?
I got full bars. I don't understand.
Josh,
now
I
can.
Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, I can hear you good now. Yeah, no, so can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Let me just go off my Wi-Fi, because I've got shit Wi-Fi at the moment, so it might be... The Brown Carpet Podcast is the only podcast that will finger bang you on the couch while you try to watch Con Air. Oh, fuck, that's horrible.